Wow, what a week in me and the boys wrestling.
Yeah, really, a lot going on.
You guys sent over a ton of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it really does feel like things are shifting.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Some pretty big changes.
Big time.
So we're going to try to unpack all that today.
Let's do it.
We had some major upsets. We had some rivalries that are really heating up.
For sure.
And I think we're even seeing some signs of like where this whole digital wrestling thing could be going.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely right. And I'm excited to break it all down.
Okay, so let's start with this
Yeah.
this whole French lover thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
this has been going on week after week.
It's been a minute, yeah.
This guy was just dominating NXT.
6 weeks straight.
6 weeks, it was every single member of NXT he went up against.
I mean, I was like, he had their number or something.
Right, and it was starting to feel like, I don't know, like a real point of contention.
Oh, for sure. I think it was definitely like a psychological thing, you know?
Yeah, you could tell they were getting frustrated.
Absolutely. You could see it in their performance, I think.
Yeah.
It was like a weight on their shoulders.
Finally, Court steps up.
Yeah.
And he beats him.
Out of nowhere.
I mean, it was a shock.
Dude, I was watching it live and I was like, wait, what?
The commentary team was losing their minds.
I know. I think they said something like...
I think this is something like, I don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The chat was exploding.
Oh, yeah. They were going nuts.
It was huge.
I mean, it really changes things, you know?
So what does this mean
Well, I think...
for NXT?
For NXT, for the French lover, for...
Like, is this just a big win for Torch?
It's gotta be.
Or is this like exposing a weakness in the French lover
Right.
that other people can exploit?
I think it's a bit of both, you know?
Okay.
Like, for Torch, this is like a huge credibility boost. I mean, he went from being just another guy in NXT to the guy who finally took down the French lover.
Right.
I mean, that's got to give him some serious clout.
You know? And for the French lover, I mean, one loss doesn't erase 6 weeks of dominance.
Yeah, true. But it does show that he's not invincible. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that's going to be in the back of everyone's minds going forward.
So that psychological advantage he had might be gone.
I think so. I think it's definitely shaken things up a bit.
Okay, and then we have this ladder match.
Oh, man, that ladder match.
After a shot at the QLW Championship.
Right.
I mean, you had all these guys in there.
It was stacked.
Alex DeLarge, Road Pig,
The Black Knight.
Hunter S. Mustache,
Superintendent Dixon.
DUI, Ryan Kai.
Don't forget Angelo King.
Angela King.
He was in there, too.
I mean, this was a recipe for absolute chaos.
Ladder matches are always crazy, but this one was, like, next level.
And in the middle of all that, Angelo King wins.
I know, right?
Like, nobody even saw it coming.
It was so sneaky.
The commentators were completely blindsided.
They were so focused on, like, the big spots and the high-flying stuff that they totally missed Angelo King just, like...
climbing the ladder.
Yeah, he just, like, casually climbed up there and grabbed the briefcase while everyone else was busy beating each other up.
I had to rewind it
Me too.
to make sure I saw what happened.
I was like, wait, did he actually win?
I know.
It was crazy.
So what does this tell us about Angelo King?
Well, I think it shows he's a smart wrestler.
Okay.
He's not flashy. He's not trying to steal the show.
Right.
He's just waiting for his moment, and then he strikes.
Like a viper.
Exactly.
So do you think that kind of approach can work against Danger Boy?
I mean, that's the big question, right?
Yeah.
Danger Boy is used to these guys who are, like, in your face all the time.
Right.
You know, talking trash, being super aggressive.
Yeah.
But Angelo King, he's like a silent assassin.
Right.
You don't see him coming until it's too late.
So how do you prepare for that?
Exactly. I think it's going to be a really interesting matchup.
Okay, let's move on to this
Yeah.
sweet death Mishy situation.
Oh, yeah.
This is getting intense.
It's getting real personal.
I mean, it goes back to that mixed tag team match.
Right? Where Sweet Death, like...
Yeah, she caused Mishy to take the pin.
Yeah. And I think Mishy hurt her shoulder in that match, too.
Yeah. And then on that NXG versus HRS show,
yeah,
Mishy just went after Sweet Death.
they had to be separated by security.
It was crazy.
There is some serious bad blood there.
And then they had that Falls Count Anywhere match.
Oh, man. That was brutal.
They were fighting all over the arena.
Yeah, they were using everything they could get their hands on.
And the crowd was totally behind Mishy.
Oh, yeah. They were chanting her name the whole time.
But Sweet Death still won. Again. Yeah, she seems to have Mishy's number.
Right. It's like she knows exactly how to beat her.
So do you think it's like a tactical advantage?
It could be.
Or is it more like a psychological thing?
It could be that, too.
Like, Mishy is so focused on getting revenge
Yeah.
that she's making mistakes.
Right. She's letting her emotions get the best of her.
Yeah.
And Sweet Death is capitalizing on that.
That's interesting.
It's definitely a dynamic to keep an eye on.
And It makes you think about this whole idea of like, why watch WWE
Oh, yeah, that's a good
when
point.
you can watch yourself and your friends?
That's what the hosts were saying.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what makes this digital wrestling scene so unique.
It's so much more personal.
Right.
You're invested in these wrestlers because you know them.
Yeah, they're your friends, they're your colleagues.
Right. And you're not just watching, you're participating.
Yeah, you're in the chair.
You're influencing storylines.
You're helping to decide match stipulations.
Right. It's like a whole community.
And it's not just like a one-off thing.
No, they've got like a whole ecosystem going on.
Yeah. Tournaments, Royal Rumbles, faction wars, recap shows.
It's crazy.
They even have their own custom arena now.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's going to be sick.
So they're really leaning into this whole digital thing.
Oh, yeah. They're embracing it.
And it's working.
Absolutely. I mean, look at the engagement. Look at the viewership.
Yeah.
People are loving this stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about the factions.
Okay.
Who's on top?
Well, DMP and the Elite are still up there.
Still the teams to beat.
Yeah, they're consistently putting up points.
But HRS had a good week.
Yeah, thanks to Angelo King.
3 big points for them.
That was huge.
And NXG is starting to make a move.
Yeah, they had some key wins this week.
Torch beating the French lover.
Right?
Buzzsaw also picked up a win.
Yep.
And of course, Sweet Death over Mishi.
They're definitely a team to watch.
And the Militia got some points in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, they're still in the mix.
So it's all pretty close.
It is. Yeah, it's anyone's game at this point.
Speaking of the Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
20 guys in there.
20 men enter, 1 man leaves.
RJ, the Terrible,
The Shoe Buddy.
Trent Boogie,
Cody Harris.
Frank Weiser,
It was a stacked field.
and Brent had a great showing.
Yeah, he got 4 eliminations.
Even though the winner only gets 3 points.
Right.
So he was a force in there.
He was definitely making his presence known.
And in the end, Hunky Tongue Chris wins it.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah, I was surprised too.
But good for him.
Absolutely.
You got to take your opportunities when they come.
Okay, and finally we had the Triple Threat Tables match
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
to determine the final spot in the Elimination Chamber.
Right.
Mr. Tyrell,
Kingslick DMP.
3 heavy hitters.
And Mr. Tyrell pulls it off.
Yeah, he's going to the chamber.
So now we know the full lineup.
Fingers Drake, the Devil Castle fits DUI, Butch Duncan, and Mr. Tyrell.
That's going to be a crazy match.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath.
So there you have it.
Another wild week in me and the boys wrestling.
I mean, the storylines are really developing.
They are, yeah, it's getting really exciting.
The rivalries are heating up.
The stakes are higher than ever.
And the action is just getting crazier.
Awesome.
So what stood out to you the most this week?
That's a tough one.
I mean, there's a lot to take in.
I think for me, it's the way this whole digital wrestling thing is evolving.
Okay.
It's really becoming something special.
Right.
It's not just about the matches anymore. Yeah. It's about the community.
It's about the connection.
It's about the fans feeling like they're a part of something.
Exactly. And I think that's really powerful.
So what do you think?
Hmm.
Is this the future of wrestling?
I don't know if it's the future of all wrestling,
Okay.
but I think it's definitely a future.
Right.
And it's a future that a lot of people are excited about.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely.
It's changing the game.
That's for sure.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us this week.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
And until then, keep it real.
And keep it digital.
See ya.